Moving on, we come to our Sudoku section. Very interesting, isn't it? I love solving Sudokus. How many of you enjoyed? I'm sure most of you did. So what is the trick behind a Sudoku? What exactly Sudoku is? Sudoku is a combination of rows and columns where there are digits appearing. And the basic rule is that no row or no column should have any number or digit repeated. That is, if you see this row, 1 and 4 is already here. So the three blank spaces cannot be taken up by 1 or 4 again. Similarly, for the column, 3 and 5 is already there. So the three blank spaces cannot have 3 or 5. And another rule is that each row and each column should have all the numbers at least, that is, not at least, actually once. So now let's start solving Sudoku. How do we do that? First, observe properly. See which number is appearing maximum number of times, or which row or which column is filled the most. So here we see most of the rows and columns have two numbers there, and most of the numbers are appearing twice. So leaving out 1 because that is only once, let's choose any other number. Let's start with 4 then. So 4 should come in the first row, second row, third, fourth and fifth row. First and second row already has a 4. So we need to fill 4 in this and this, these three rows. Let's go to our third row first. In third row, 4 can appear in these three blanks. But out of these three blanks, we can say that 4 can't come here. Why? Because this column already has a 4. So this cell is ruled out. Similarly, this cell can also be ruled out because this column already has a 4. So what is the only place left for 4? It's this. So here we can put our 4. Now let's move to this row and find where 4 can come. 4 can't come here because there is already a 4 above. 4 can come here or here. We can't really tell. So let's move to our last row. Here 4 can come out of these 4 empty cells. But from the explanation above, 4 can't come in these two because these two columns already have a 4. So 4 can come here as well as here, but not really sure where. So in such a scenario, let's move to another number. Let's pick 2 this time. So 2 is there in this row and 2 is also there in this row. So first, second and fifth row now needs a 2. Let's go to our first row then. Over here, 2 can appear in any of these 3 blank cells. But it cannot come here because there is already a 2 here. Again, there is already a 2 here. So the only place left for 2 is this. So we put our 2 here. Now, go to second row. 2 can come here, here or here. But it can't come here. It can't come here. So it can come here or here. But not really sure where. So let's move to our last row. Over here also we can't really say of here or here where it would come. So let's leave 2 for a while. Moving on to another digit. What do we see? That this column is almost filled. What is left over here? 1. So we can very well put 1 here. This column is complete. Now with the help of this column, let's try solving this row. This row now requires a 3 and a 4. Now since 3 cannot come here, 3 has to come here. So let's put a 3 here. And now since the only number left is 4 in this row, we can easily put a 4 over here. Let's look at this column then. Which numbers are left in this column? 2 and 5. Now, since 5 is already here, 5 has to go here and 2 has to come here. Now, let's go and find our place for other numbers. What is left in this third row? 1 and 5. We see that 5 is already here. So 1 should come here and 5 should go here. Now your Sudoku is becoming very easy to solve. If you are able to solve one or two rows, the rest of the rows can be very quickly filled up. What is left in this column if you see? 2 and 3. 3 is already in this row, so this column needs to have a 2 here and a 3 here. And now this row needs 1 and 4. 4 is already above, so this cell should have 1 and this cell should have 4. What is left in this row? A 1, so very conveniently put a 1 here. Now only 2 cells are left and this is for 3 and 5. 3 is appearing below, so it has to be 5. And the only number left is 3, so let's put 3. And yippee, we have our Sudoku solved. And you can cross check also that each digit is appearing in each of the row and column once and nowhere are they getting repeated. So we have been able to crack our Sudoku. Hope you all enjoyed this edition. Keep learning and keep growing. Keep shining, kids. See you. Bye bye.